Okay, so I don't know what to say about this. I heard about some really recent news. Just some rumors going around, people talking about it. Seen a couple comments about it, and some people reacting to it. I decided to come out and just make a video about it today. There's gonna be the 4K resolution PS4 coming out, and I think it said it's codenamed Neo. I'm thinking it's a brand new model. I didn't know really anything about it, but I heard like I saw like a recent article and looked into it and decided to make a video about it today. I have it right here. So it says Sony's upgraded Neo PS4 will reportedly have smoother games and better graphics. Now, from just looking at this before I get started here, you're talking about a brand new model of the PlayStation 4. Now, my question is, before I get into this, where was all this before? Why isn't this stuff implemented in the first model that they came out with when it was first released? When the PlayStation 4 first came out, why didn't they have all these features with the graphics and the graphics capabilities and additional features and all that stuff, and being able to run smoother games and higher frames per second and stuff, FPS and stuff like that? Where was this in the first model? Now all of a sudden they're going to make a brand new model. And my other question is, how are other people feeling about this who already own a PlayStation 4? Are you guys going to get another whole new PlayStation 4 again? Are you going to trash that one and sell that one? Or are you going to just keep both of them? Some people keep both and have two, more than one of the same system, just in case as backup, which I can't blame anyone, but I wonder how people are feeling about this. This is a whole new model here. Like, where was this from the beginning when the system came out? So it says Sony's upcoming 4K PlayStation 4 is codenamed Neo. It will boast better processor speed, memory bandwidth, and graphics capabilities than the standard PS4 available now. Like, where was this at? They should have had this from the beginning. And it says, from October, publishers will be required to ship PS4 games with both a base mode for play on the regular PlayStation 4 console and a Neo mode that can take advantage of hardware upgrades to increase graphical quality and boost frame rates. The upgraded console is said to be capable of outputting in 4K resolutions. But let's see. It said, but apparently it's been said that games don't have to be 4K native. It says the existence of the upgraded console, often colloquially called the PS4.5, was rumored last month. So I think this is probably what it is. Sony has yet to confirm that the project is in the works, but the reports indicated that it will see release before the company releases its PlayStation VR headset in October. The increased power from the PS4.5, making it easier to run hardware-intensive VR games on the console. The codenames will certainly fit with the Neo to PSVR's Morpheus, but that upgraded hardware won't mean that PlayStation 4 Neo owners get exclusive VR modes. And it says, games that must have peripheral parity, so if a title doesn't offer VR support in its base iteration, it won't do in its Neo version either. So now it says here, it says PlayStation 4 games will reportedly need to have base and Neo modes. So that move is one of several that Sony is reportedly making to keep PS4 and PS4 Neo owners on a even keel. The company's documentation report states that there will be no Neo-only games. Owners of both versions of the console will continue to use the same PlayStation Store, and publishers are barred from offering special features or downloadable content to owners of one type of console. Crucially, players of both the original PS4 and PlayStation 4 Neo and will be able to play alongside of each other on the PlayStation Network. So of course, if they're going to use the PlayStation Store, of course they're going to be able to play together. But the only difference is for the PlayStation Neo owners, if you guys get one, for those who decide to make the move and get rid of their current one that they have, they're going to probably just be playing a smoother game with maybe higher frames per second and graphical features. And it said older games can now be upgraded with Neo capabilities with patches. It said games released in October will need to have a Neo mode, but publishers and developers will also be able to upgrade their older games through patches. So I'm scrolling down here. No price has been locked in for the new PlayStation 4 yet, but previous reports indicated it will retail for $399, the original price of the base PS4. So it says an upgraded console is expected to drive this down further, giving consumers the choice between the cheaper, older console and the newer but more expensive Neo. Let's see. It said for gamers this approach seems fair, but the advantage is higher. Higher frame rates offered in some competitive games might force multiplayer-oriented games toward the new console. Brothers happy with their existing console, and some people probably don't even care about this. They're probably already happy with the fact that they're not even going to bother getting the same console and get a whole brand new one, a brand new console right then and there. So for those happy for their existing console report, the rules reported this week shouldn't split the community, making the Neo a luxury purchase for those invested in either VR or 4K, rather than a necessary one for all players. So that's it for the article. This is what I have to say. I'm going to go out on a limb here. I don't have a PS4, and for me, I think it'll probably be better for me, because a better purchase for me, but I wouldn't want to wait that long and to get like a brand new model. And for some people out there, I gotta feel for some of you guys out there that already have one. Like, are you guys interested in this? Like, if I would see for people that have, like, if people who are interested in graphical features, to me, graphics never matter to me. And I don't think that graphics are really important to make a game stand out and be good. You can have, just average graphics. You don't have to have like superior graphics to be a good game. As long as you have a good story, characters, a good story plot, and a replay value, and a fun factor, and all that stuff, and likable characters that you can in your story. If you're playing like a JRPG, and some of the characters and stuff, like the story is really good and addicting, or you want to keep playing and find out what happens towards the end, different plot twists and stuff, surprises and betrayals and stuff from characters and stuff, and all outside of all that stuff, besides the graphics and stuff, and putting the graphics aside, and you have all that stuff, fun factor, replay value, a good story, and a plot, and all that stuff, you don't need graphics. That's just my honest opinion. And for those out there who have one, I'm wondering what everybody else is there. I'm sure some people might even be pissed off, because it's like, where was this from before? This should have been, I feel like this, in my honest opinion, this should have been implemented into the first model. We don't need a PS4.5. We don't need a brand new model. We need to be focused. They need to be focused on these games, and it's been a very lack of exclusive titles for the game, for the whole next generation of gaming. I don't even feel like this is next generation. They're steady stuck on remaking the same fucking games over and over, getting remake after remake. How many remakes have they made so far? I haven't even counted. It's been a ridiculous amount of remakes and remasters over and over. It's been more remakes than actual exclusives and actual titles to support the next gen console for the PS4 itself. And I'm gonna say that for just the whole next generation of gaming as a whole. This isn't next gen gaming. To me, it's just like they're just making the same games. It's been constant remakes after remakes. They need to stop remaking these games that we already played. We don't want to spend $50, $60 to play the same fucking game that we already own on our PS3s and our Xbox 360s that we already played from the past. We don't need these remakes. Why are they constantly making these remakes and still coming out with them? I don't know. I think their main focus should be the games. And I think people buy consoles just to play games. We don't want to sit around and watch TV. We got TV. We can watch TV on our own. If we want to listen to music and stuff, we got iPads and stuff like that. We don't need to watch TV on a video game console. We buy video games. Video game consoles are bought to play video games on. We don't need all these different features and all this stuff. And if people want to make the move to the 4K resolution of PlayStation 4 Neo, that's cool and all. I would see if you're interested in VR. I don't care about VR, honestly. I'm going to skip it. I think it's pointless. And we don't need all this extra stuff. We need to be focused on those games. That's what the developers need to be focused on. The games. We need to focus on the games. We don't need to be making a whole brand new model PS4 just to upscale its graphics, its frames per second. All that stuff should have been into the standard version of the game and the standard version of the console. We don't need all this unnecessary bullshit. We need more games. We need better exclusives. We don't need games that are too short, don't have story modes, any multiplayer game, multiplayer modes or anything like that fall flat on their faces, and they get advertised heavily on TV, and they end up not being as good as they hyped it up to be, and then people end up wasting their money, having to trade it in, and then they feel like shit and just feel like they wasted their whole time. They're wasted their whole time giving the game the benefit of the doubt, and then you come to find out it's just an average game, and it wasn't as great as it was hyped up to be on TV. And I just think that's what their main focus should be. We don't need this 4K resolution PS4, PlayStation 4 Neo, if that's what it's called. We need more games to support our console. We need more exclusives. I feel like there's no creativity when it comes to developers. Where's the creativity? We don't need the same remakes and constant remasters every month, week after week, and stuff like that. It's just a lack of games. Everyone's playing the same stuff. No one's just really playing anything interesting. Sure, they have Uncharted 4 coming up. That's going to be a killer app. Well, if they don't have any games to come up and present at this coming E3, no one's going to really want to buy a PlayStation 4 and make the move who haven't made the move towards next gen. So I'm just like, again, I wonder how people are feeling about that who have already owned a standard version, the standard version of the console. Are they going to get rid of that one and go to the next one if they really care about just having a graphical features and stuff like that when they already are happy with their console that they already purchased? So those are just my reactions. I don't know. I think it's just a waste. I think they should focus on their games. They should have better exclusives. They need to stop making these remasters and remakes over and over from games that we already played. We don't need to see the same stuff. They need to revive some of these other characters from the past, from their good old games like Crash Bandicoot. They need to revive him. He's due for a brand new game. We don't need another remake of Ratchet and Clank. That was the same fucking game. That's the first one. And I already played that one before. I played all the Ratchet and Clank games except Going Commando. We need Spyro to come back. He doesn't belong as a Skylander. It's just, man, they got all these characters they can bring back. They can bring back Jak and Daxter and stuff. Even some games from the past, from the PS1 era. They need to revive some of those characters and bring some of those sequels back and just make some new IPs and new titles. We don't need remakes. And for damn sure, if they do bring back Crash Bandicoot, please don't tell me it's just another remake. Hopefully they don't do that. So that's just my reactions. I just wanted to speak out and talk about it. Me, the PlayStation Neo seems pretty cool with the graphics and stuff and being able to run games at a smoother pace. But what's the point of it if you're not gonna really, if you already have one, if you already have like the standard model of it. So that's it. I probably went a little bit too long here, but I just wanted to really just get all that, my little honest feelings out about this, the next generation of gaming. It just still doesn't feel like the next generation of gaming. We're still stuck on making the remakes and making the same stuff over and over. So comment your reactions about this news for the PlayStation Neo. I just wanted to come out and give my own reactions about it. So I just think we're about due for, a brand new Crash Bandicoot and all these other characters. We need better IPs, better titles and exclusives, and we need more creativity out there. So that's basically it for my reactions video about the PlayStation 4 Neo or the 4K resolution PS4. Comment your reactions if you want to, and let me know what you guys think about this news.